All right, time for my second game of the day. This is a setup by Kylah, and if you know anything about Kylah's reputation in building setups, you'll know that well, it's not going to be a walk in the park here. So here is Kylah's setup right now. It is called Worst Casino Ever. Let me scroll up so you can see that awesome title. Worst Casino Ever. It is Epic Grandmaster. Wagers at Blackjack for Heroes' Souls. The villains are Maximum Carnage. We got 4 Thor cores, the Henchmen, and then we have these 5 awesome heroes. We got Ghost Rider, Karnak, Magneto, Star-Lord, and time-traveling Jean Grey. Now, you might be looking at this and saying, oh, this is a really stacked against me hero deck, but the fun part about solo is I do get to pick and choose the perfect cards, because you do get some extra chances to tuck these cards, if I remember to do so. So we'll see. We'll see how I can make select cards from these heroes, most of which can be problematic to use. I'll try to make them work. We'll have to wait and see. So let me start the prediction for you, for those who want to tell me how they think this is going to go. 2 minutes for that. I'll pop the setup back up just for a moment. There it is. Let me get everything together. Actually, let me do my overview while I'm doing that. Everything's already together. If you want to see the setup at any time, just put an exclamation setup and you can take a look at that. Okay, so our Mastermind today is Epic Grandmaster, not Standard Grandmaster, Epic Grandmaster. And an Epic Grandmaster who's at 11 attack, Evil adds 2 attack, Evil adds +2 to its final total in every contest of champions. In this setup, Karnak, well, he conflicts with some things, let's just say it that way. Evil adds +2, otherwise Karnak's amazing. +2 to its final total in every contest of champions caused by any card. Always leads Elders, except for right now. Master Strike, reveal the top card of the hero deck, then put it back. Contest of champions for that card's colors. Each player that loses gains a wound. If the Grandmaster wins, he gains 2 shards. And that, paired with this scheme, is diabolical, but, you know, that's what I expect from Kylah at this point. You will be playing against Kylah in the tournament if you play this time, so that'll be fun. Okay, wager at Blackjack from Heroes for Heroes' Souls. I got 2 extra heroes in the hero deck. Twist. Reveal cards from the hero deck, adding up to their total cost until you choose to stop or your total exceeds 21. I'll do some extra shuffling. Oh, I want to see your predictions too while this is going on. If your total exceeds 21, you bust and the Mastermind wins the wager. If you didn't bust, then do the same thing for the Mastermind, stopping as soon as their total is at least 17. If their total exceeds 21, then they bust and you win the wager. If no one busts, then you win the wager if your total is higher. If the Mastermind's total is equal or higher, they win. This and Contest of Champions together is something. If you win, you may gain one of the revealed heroes that cost 6 or less. If the Mastermind wins, stack one of the revealed heroes next to the scheme as a wagered soul. Either way, put the rest of the revealed heroes in the bottom of the hero deck in random order. Evil wins and there are 4 hero wagered souls. Does that mean they won't be designing torture setups for the tournament? Well, no. All the setups except for week 1 last week were my design. But yes, they won't be designing it. Kylah won't be involved in designing the setups this time at all because it'll just be me as he's playing. Hopefully most of the setups last time were fun. But yeah. Okay, thank you for the water. I needed that. That was a lot of reading on both the Mastermind and the scheme. Let me get my starters here. Let me get my 2 Thor core in the city. And here. So the Thor core are one of the reasons why Karnak's a bit rougher here. When you fight them, you gain them as heroes. Yes, there are 4 setups from the previous winners coming in. I think a lot of those might be week 1. We'll see. And they give you 2 recruit when you have them as a hero, and then strength range, you get +1 recruit. So they could be helpful in the right context. Especially for early Contest of Champions, but we'll see if they hurt me or help me. All right, so 4 say win, 7 say lose on this one. Let's see how I do. Let's begin with our starting HQ. We are going to have Magneto's Mutants Will Rule, followed by Magneto's Magnetic Levitation, followed by Jean Grey's Throw Over the Railing, followed by Ghost Rider's Blazing Hellfire, and finally Ghost Rider's Hell on Wheels. Alright, pretty tough. The Magneto cards with dodge at least won't hurt me to have because, you know, it's basically a shield officer I can dodge. So I'm not too upset about that one. Let's see if I can have some success, though, against this Mastermind and this scheme. My starting hand is going to be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is the one I put the twist in with a reminder on him, so hopefully I don't forget. Well, I'm just saying Magneto is a safe choice, because both of his cards have dodge. His cards don't do great on the offensive side, but again, they don't clog my deck either, so... Alright, let's go ahead and begin with turn 1 and see how I do. In just a moment. Here we go. Turn 1 is going to be... Okay, turn 1 Master Strike. Here we go, our first Contest of Champions. So if you don't know how this mechanic works or you need a refresher, pay attention, I'll explain it. So I do what it says first, reveal the top card of the hero deck, then put it back. There's a cat in here. It's a Grandmaster cat. Alright, we got Throw Over the Railing, which is a 3-cost covert card. We're going to put it back in a second. Contest of Champions, for that card's colors, each player that loses gains a wound. If the Grandmaster wins, he gains 2 shards. Okay, so I have to reveal a card to be my champion and you care about its cost. So unfortunately right now all I have are 0-cost cards. So I'm going to, since Montax made a fun setup last time, Montax will be my champion, which is worth 0 points. If I had a covert card, it would be worth double points. And then we have to reveal, this goes in the top card. Yeah, this is the top card. What I love about this one. Reveal the top card of the hero deck and put it back. Contest Champions for that card's colors. But we put the card back, right? So he gets advantage there. He cheats. He's a cheater. That's what he does. So what we do is... This is so rough. There's nothing I can do. So I put it... I was making sure to do this right. I put it back. Then Contest Champions, contest for that card's color. So I reveal the same card again. I don't think I've fought against Epic Grandmaster at all or in a while. And then I reveal the top 2 cards of the hero deck. And he just automatically gets a contest score of 6. Plus 2 for his epic ability. That's wild. I don't think I ever paid attention to that before. He rigs it. He Contest of Champions for the color that he peaks at the top of the deck. That's insane. So yeah, he gets a score of 8 for that. Unless I'm reading this wrong, that's what he does. And I get a wound. Ouch. And it's a grievous wound. What a devastating start to the game that I didn't even get to do yet. And he gets a 2 shards on top of that. He is tougher than I remember. So many things happened. He rigged the game. He gave me a wound. He got 2 shards. Take him. Take him. Yes, and it gives a bonus to villains, which is a big time insult to injury. Let me put my my card holders back there. Okay. Now I can play stuff, I suppose. That was really, really bad. All right. I didn't realize he got to look at it and contest for that one. What does his regular side do? He tucks it, right? Oh no, he does that on his regular side too. I guess I just forgot. His regular side is... Yeah, he does contest for that. So he's just as bad, which makes sense. Although he gets 2 attack and he gets shards. Well, I'm just gonna have to try to ignore that. Let's keep going. 3 and 3. I'm gonna fight something. I'm gonna recruit something. These are not here. So they go to the bottom. All right. Yes, MCU Star-Lord is here, and he's ready. I guess I'll fight a Thor core, because why not? I'll fight him, and I'll gain them as a hero for 3. Which means I can try to lean into their hero class, get some strength and ranged, to maybe get the extra recruit. Let's look at my options, though. I do have Magnetic Levitation Magneto, which has 1 attack and dodge, which cares about bindings. You may choose a bindings from your hand or a discard pile, have another player gain that bindings if you do get +2 attack. In solo, I can't even do that if I wanted to, because I'm not another player on hero cards. So this maxes out as 1 attack for 3. We've also got Throw Over the Railing, which is this is a pretty good card of hers, actually. 2 attack, and then Covert, choose a villain on the rooftops or bridge. It gets -2 attack this turn, so it's kind of worth 4 in that particular place. You've also got Hell on Wheels, which is 2 recruit, and Marvel Knights get 2 more recruit. I think this is my pickup, especially if I can get more Ghost Rider. Because more recruit is good right now, even though the Thor core are here. I'm not going to have any KO power with the Thor core, so if I can saturate my deck with cards. And here's the card I'm going to tuck if I have the opportunity. Bridge to a Better Future. That's everybody's favorite card to talk about. All right, turn 2 is here. Turn 2 is going to give us Carrion. He's got Feast. Whenever Carrion feasts on a hero that costs 1 or more, put Carrion back in the city space where he was. It is going to be hard to try and hit the Epic Grandmaster here. Here's my 5 and 1. Is that right? Did I have 3 attack? I did. I fought something. I don't know where I am right now. I got 5 recruit, which means I can get more. If I just go all in on Ghost Rider. Yeah, I did get lucky with that. You know, KO a villain from victory pile. So the thing is, Thor core don't go to my victory pile. That's why this is tougher. So the only villains that are going to be there are Carrion and the rest of Maximum Carnage. But I'm still going to take it. It's still 2 attack, and I can do a big burst of villain KOs to hit Grandmaster if I need to. Plus, it's a 5-cost range. Maybe if I get lucky and Grandmaster does a contest for that, that'll be useful. Then we got Infernal Chains. Yeah. She can be a lot of fun, but Bridge to a Better Future is such an interesting card to be costed this way. If you don't know what it is, here it is. Patrol the bridge if it's empty. Then when you draw a new hand of cards, end of this turn, draw an extra card. Conditional card draw at the end of turn with no attack, no recruit. All of the only thing else you get is Instinct and an X-Men trigger, or X-Men hero class, or team symbol for superpowers. I kind of have to assume I'm not going to win any contests with Epic Grandmaster here. Turn 3 is Doppelganger. He gets attack equal to the cost of the hero in the HQ space under him, and Feast. So he's got 4 attack above Bridge to a Better Future, even though that's probably not how it would work in real life. So I got no villains in my victory pile, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 attack, and a 3 recruit. I can hit Carrion and do a Feast. Now, he could feast on Ghost Rider, but I have a bunch of cards here, so what are the odds? Let's see what happens. So I'm going to attempt to fight Carrion. He's going to feast on a Shield Trooper. Okay. So he doesn't get put back, and I don't get anything I didn't want to get KO'd. So there's some fodder for Ghost Rider for later. With my 3 recruit, I could take Infernal Chains too. It's an unconditional draw card, and it does have defeat a villain to 3 attack or less for free, which could be useful, but I'm not really worried about the city. I would only take Magneto's Magnetic Levitation just to get it out of the way. I need to hit the Mastermind is what I need. So what's going to help me do that? Oh, throw over the railing only gives me 2 attack. I think Infernal Chains does, because it'll help me with that Marvel Knights trigger. So even though it's cheaper than what I can afford, I'm going to take it anyway. And then we got another Blazing Hellfire. If I can use that to clear the city, maybe that'll be to my advantage. Okay, turn 4. It's not great, is it? I mean, the rest of the hero deck's not great either. Okay, Demogoblin comes in. Ambush. Demogoblin captures a bystander and then feast. It's not. Oh, that's a wound. Hey, it's Mr. Giraffe himself from the setup I'm playing next. Demogoblin has captured you and Kylah set up. So that feast is this feast effect, by the way, is fight feast. It's not part of the ambush effect. Okay, I don't have any Marvel Knights, so this is just going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 recruit. This is Kylah's face as he watches the HQ look like it does. And then 1 attack. And then this Blinding Flash, by the way, lets me discard a card, which will let me KO this wound, which could be worth doing if I'm not going to use all 5. But I think I'm going to get another Blazing Hellfire. So I think instead of playing Rexy, since I'm not going to use the attack, I'm not going to play my Trooper. So I'm going to start by discarding the Shield Trooper to KO the Blinding Flash. And then I'll spend my 5 recruit on the other Blazing Hellfire. I'll KO all my villains at once if it lets me hit the Mastermind. I got another one. So eventually, because I can only defeat so many villains, if I have a handful of Blazing Hellfire, that's only 12 attack, which is not enough to hit Grandmaster right now. So I'm going to need more firepower than that. Alright, well, my hand right now is a lot of recruit. Turn 5 is another Master Strike. Another rigged contest. Alright, here we go. Top card of the hero deck is Karnak, which is a 4-cost Instinct. So we're contesting for Instinct. I guess I'm going to submit the Thor core even though I'm going to lose. Okay, Contest Champions Instinct. So he gets 8 points for Karnak and 2 points for this other Karnak. Obviously he wins. He gets 2 more on top of that. He's at 10. His score is 10. So once again, I get a wound, which is luckily going to be a enraging wound. And he gets 2 more shards, though. So he's loading them up. He's got 4 shards. I guess I shouldn't use this blue one. It's really hard to see. I mean, I'm going to go down swinging, I guess. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Recruit. I'll get another Blazing Hellfire. I'm going all in on these. And there's Find Fatal Flaw. So Karnak's pretty good if I don't KO anything with Ghost Rider. So I think, yeah, that wound is better than half the cards in the hero deck. That is true. That is very true. Okay. Well, if I get Karnak's other card, I might just load up on Karnak and hold on to the Maximum Carnage as long as I can. And then extinguish it all with a bunch of Ghost Rider, but I don't know. There's no easy answers here. Turn 6 is another Carrion who's going to get another Demogoblin who's going to get another Bystander, and he's getting a standard one from the villain set. I gotta start hitting some villains, so I can. I could KO a villain to get more power, but I'm not going to do that yet. By the way, I should be adjusting Doppelganger. He is 3 attack now. He's over Jean Grey. So 2 attack, 3 attack, 4 attack. So Doppelganger is the strongest thing I can hit. What does my discard pile look like? I have a few cards in my deck. Only 4 cards. How many Greys do I have? I've KO'd 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 2 Greys in here. That means that there's a 50-50 shot of KOing something good. And I'm not going to take that chance because I could just fight him later. So I'll just fight the Thor core. Maybe they'll get feasted upon later. And gain them, of course. And I've got... Actually, I activate Hell on Wheels, so that works. I played a Marvel Knight, so I get 4 recruit. And I got 2 more. Unfortunately, there's nothing great in the HQ to get. This is tough. So if I recruit Find Fatal Flaw, I can hit Doppelganger this turn. But I don't really want Find Fatal Flaw. I definitely don't want Bridge to a Better Future. Throw Over the Railing is probably the best pickup I can get right now. But it's still not great. Mutant Soul Rule would be good to have the strength trigger for Ghost Rider, but I also have Thor core who will do that. So I think I'm just going to pick up Throw Over the Railing for 3. Just keep getting as much attack as I can get. Another Bridge to a Better Future. Wow. Wow. Okay, I'll pick up Magnetic Levitation. Again, this one will only give me 1 attack, but it's not going to get in my way. I can always dodge it if I don't want it. It'll refresh the HQ, give me a range trigger too. And Telekinesis. Here's her best card. Is this better than her rare? I forget what her rare does. You may move a villain to an adjacent city space. If another villain is already there, swap them, which could help with things like Doppelganger. Alright. I gotta focus on cards that won't get in the way. I don't think there's a single ramp in the hero deck aside from Karnak. But that's a Victory Pile ramp. Yeah, like I said, you usually see rares in solo games. But I have 5 heroes in here, so that's not going to be the case. Alright, we got Shriek, who's got Feast. When she feasts on a 0-cost hero, each other player gains a wound. Let's draw some stuff. I'll hold off on Infernal Chains. I don't remember if I have another strength card, but whatever. So I've got 2 Blazing Hellfires. That can give me a total of 10 attack if I decide to KO both 2 villains. I only have 1. That'll be 10, 11. The Mastermind is at 15. Let me just do the draw right now. Alright, Infernal Change just draws a card, and it's a shield agent. So my shield agents give me 1, 2, 3. Recruit. If I just played this as is, I get 2, 4, 5. That is enough to get a villain out of the city. Let's do that. Let's go play Magneto for 1 without KOing any villains. 2, 3, 4, 5. We need more villains to fuel that. Let's rescue Mr. Giraffe here on the rooftops. By the way, Doppelganger's at 5 attack right now. Alright, let's see what he feasts on. He's going to feast on Montax. That's not very nice, Demogoblin. I'm so sorry I let you down. But I did rescue Mr. Giraffe, so I guess some sacrifices had to be made. Alright, with 3 recruit. Wow, I can't even recruit any of these cards I don't want. So let's go with the sidekick, which is probably what I should have been doing this whole time. And it's Zabu, who gives me some precious KO power. I'm going to try to hit Grandmaster once. So if I can do the following, if I can let him get all his shards, let him have a good time, and then I do one big burst of Blazing Hellfires and KO a bunch of villains and just take him down, he loses all those shards. And then maybe I can hit him after that. We'll see. Okay, turn 8 is going to give us... Oh, this is stuck. It's another Shriek. We know what she does. More feasting. I don't have a strength to trigger Thor core, so we're just going to go 2 attack, 4 attack, 5 attack, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 recruit. I can take another chance on the Demogoblin. Let's do it. Who are you gonna eat? It's gonna be a shield trooper. Losing my troopers this way, but that's preferable. I can't keep doing this. I'm gonna run out of luck. Okay, with my 4 recruits, I think I'm gonna take Mutants will rule because again, this will refresh the HQ and not get in the way. I can just dodge it. Or I can play it to get a rare if I want. Plus, it's a strength I can play if I want that trigger. Okay, Brilliant Strategist. This is Covert. When you draw a new hand, the card is the end of this turn. Draw an extra card. Probably one of the most useful cards I've seen in the HQ. I'll definitely pick this up when I can. I do have Coverts to trigger that. Got my Enraging Wound in hand. Turn 9 is our first Scheme Twist. This is the custom one with the reminder, so I won't forget to tuck at the end. But we gotta play some Blackjack now. Okay. Reveal cards in the hero deck, adding up their total cost until you choose to stop or your total exceeds 21. Let's stop there. Let's do that. All right, so we got... Let me move the hero deck, actually, so you can watch me do this. 3, 8, 10, 13, 16. I'm going to keep going. 18. There's a lot of 3s in there. But a 4 will cause me to bust. I gotta take big moves. I'm gonna go again. 23, I bust. Thanks, Jean Grey. Cool. If your total exceeds 21, you bust, and the Mastermind wins the wager. He was probably gonna win anyway. I had to take the chance. I'm trying to read this. If the Mastermind wins, stack one of the revealed heroes next to the scheme as a wagered soul. So that's what happens. We got 1 wagered soul. I'm gonna give you... Starlet has not shown up. There's no way I'm building his artifacts right now. But these are actually decent cards that I have to tuck to the bottom. Hell on Wheels, Brilliant Strategist, Weapons from Scrap Metal. That's a really good card that would have worked with some other cards I have. Yeah, these are all good cards. Maybe except for Starship Sensors. So I'm gonna give him... Look at that. Those all... Why couldn't these be in the HQ? Anyway, it's getting Starship Sensors. We'll put it up here. It doesn't matter. Wow. Wow. Okay. That really hurt me. Let's play what I've got. Oh, I got the tuck. See? This twist always reminds... This one always reminds me to do that. After a scheme twist is completed, choose a hero from the HQ that costs 6 or less and put it on the bottom of the hero deck. Great reminder for me, because I like to forget. Buy Bridge to a Better Future. Nope, that's Karnak. There we go. That's the worst card here. Replaced with Magnetic Levitation. Man, yeah, his Magneto can be decent if you take his uncommon. But it just went away. Okay, well, let's play what I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 recruit. And I've got 3 attack. Yeah, I can't hit anything. This is at 5. But I can pick up Telekinesis. I will pick up Brilliant Strategist, but I'll pick up this expensive card while I can. And there's another Infernal Chains. Okay, hopefully there's still some good stuff there in the hero deck for me. And hopefully I can do better at Blackjack next time around. What I do like about Kylah's setups is that they are a bit diabolical, but they're never just, you lose on turn 1 because it's Organized Crime Wave. There's more thought put into it, but it's just as tough and unforgiving. My new hand for my next turn looks like this. I can actually activate the Thor Core superpower if I want to. Go into turn 10. We have another Scheme and Twist. We're going to play more Blackjack. Here we go. Let me grab the deck. At least we get to refresh the HQ this way, or the hero deck anyway. See if I get better luck here. So I got 3, 7, 11, 18 from the rare. Yeah. And there goes that rare. I'm gonna hit 22. We just barely bust. Thanks again, Jean Grey. She cost me 2. All right. You can have the British to a Better Future, Mastermind. You get 1 more wagered soul, and there they go. Already 50% to wagered souls. Grandmaster doesn't even have to play. The thing about the Mastermind one is they stop at 17, so maybe I should have stopped at 18. But I gotta take a risk against this guy. All right, who are we tucking to the bottom? Another bridge. We're gonna tuck to the bottom. And there's another Find a Fatal Flaw Karnak. We keep getting the best heroes tucked to the bottom and the worst heroes showing up. For my situation, anyway. Well, I can at least pick up some stuff. So if I play everything, I'll get 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 recruit if I do this way. Yep, 2, 3, 4, 5, thanks to the power. 6, 7, 8 recruit and 2 attack is what I end up with. Let's do that. By the way, Doppelganger's only 2 right now. I should probably take this opportunity to hit him because he is over Infernal Chain. So let's do that and see who he ends up eating. We're going to feast on an agent. All right, I'm getting lucky with those feasts, so I'm happy about that. And for 8 recruit, let's start with Karnak here. I will get 1 attack when I recruit him. And help me get some extra cards. Down to 6 recruit. All right. Don't need that stuff. You may discard an artifact you control to get +1 attack. Now, this is a fine one for me to take right now. It does have 3 attack on it. So even though I don't have any artifacts, this lets me feel comfortable with taking them later, plus I get 3 attack. Okay, Star-Lord's showing up now. Star-Lord actually, because I have that discard card, is might be the key to actually getting enough attack to hit Grandmaster with Ghost Rider at the end. But do I have the time to do so? I don't know. Turn 11, another Thor Core come into the city. So let's say I do KO a villain from my victory pile. It'll give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Still way off from hitting the Mastermind. But I can do more feasts, but I might lose some good stuff. Although with Shriek, I'd rather her not eat my 0-cost heroes, because then I'll get wounds. So I don't even think Shriek is worth fighting, to be honest. I've already KO'd lots of Greys. I have 2 Greys here. I got Greys in my discard pile. She's going to eat my good stuff, I just know it. So I think, and she even gets minus attack. If I had a Covert, actually, which I don't. We're going to do this. We're going to go Blazing Hellfire for 2 attack. No KOing. We're going to go Hell on Wheels for 4 total recruit. And we're going to pick up some stuff. I got 5 recruit. And I got Borrowed Blaster here. This is, these trigger artifacts. This is how his hero set works. The first time you play an artifact, each turn you get +1 attack. Now, I do have the discard a card Star-Lord. So I think I want to lean into these now. They're going to keep showing up, and I have the key card to his set. So let's take this for 3. It won't clog my deck because it'll be out there. And we got these getting in the way. And Infernal Chains doesn't get in the way either, so I'll take that for 2. And we've got, alright, Weapons from Scrap Metal. This is a good one. Cares if I discarded the cards. This works with Star-Lord's uncommon there that discards artifacts, because those are cards discarded. So cool. I'll pick that up when I can. I'm worried about whatever the top of my deck is. So I play everything that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attack. To fight or not to fight Shriek? I'll just fight the Thor core. That'll give me more chances to have things to feast on. Down to 4. Let's see what the top part of my deck was now that I'm going to change to a new turn. Okay, it would have been Kylah, so I saved you by not fighting Shriek. You're welcome for this setup. Maybe I should have just let it happen. Alright, turn 12 is another twist. We're going to play more Blackjack. This could be Wagered Soul number 3. We'll find out right now. I'm going to hit 18 again. We got 3, 6, 8, 12, 16. Definitely hitting here. Exactly 21. Okay, is my luck happening? Okay, if I got exactly 21, now the Mastermind is going to do that. All right. If you didn't bust, then do the same thing for the Mastermind, stopping as soon as their total is at least 17. If their total equals 21, you bust and you win the wager. They bust and you win the wager. All right, here's for the Mastermind. Here we go. 5, 9, 14, 19. And they have to stop there. So that means I win because my total is exactly 21, which is higher. If you win, you may gain one of the revealed heroes that cost 6 or less. That's cool, because they all cost 6 or less. So let me look at my options. I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up Weapons from Scrap Metal. That's my best move here. The Expandable Helmet is good too. Also the Divided Star-Lord. But this is 3 attack and probably a card draw with all the discards I got with the dodging. So I'm going to pick up Weapons from Scrap Metal, which is a great addition. Either way, put the rest of the revealed heroes in the bottom of the hero deck in a random order. So I avoided a soul and I got a Magneto. Happy to see that happen. And now I have to tuck a hero from the HQ. So we're going to lose the other bridge to a better future to the bottom. And we got Shadow the Weak Point Karnak, which I haven't seen yet. This is a good one. When recruited, get +3. It says choose a villain group, you get +1 attack for each villain in your victory pile from that group. So this one can help until I decide to use Ghost Rider to KO them all. So I can use them in tandem. I can use them all on the same turn to hit him once to get those shards off of him. But there are 3 more strikes in there, plus tactics. But we'll see what happens. We shall see. No KO ability in the hero cards, is there? I feel like Magneto should have KO, right? KO power? You'd think he would have that. Speaking of fighting stuff, let's play Hellfire for 2 without doing any KOs. Trooper for a 3rd. I could dodge the Magnetic Levitation, but I think I would rather just let it go to the discard pile. Draw something else, even though I do have a shuffle coming. Yeah, I'll just play it for no good reason. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 recruit as well. And I'll pick up the other one. Like I said, it won't get in my way. Has dodge. Will help with the uncommon that I just got. And we got Mutants Will Rise in there. Okay, I could have dodged for Infernal Chains. Maybe that would have been useful. I'm really saturating this deck with a lot of stuff. But all I gotta do is have a big turn get some of those artifacts out, if I can survive that long. I have to survive 2 more... Well, I want to survive as many scheme twists as I can, and it's not always up to my control. Just with the way that the hero deck goes with Blackjack. Okay, 4, 5, 6. Turn 13 is Warlock, the bystander, who goes to Shriek. Tech and draw a card. Not a lot of tech going around here, though. Okay, we got Zabu. KO a card from your hand or discard pile. I don't have a discard pile. But let me, before I do this, let me move some villains around. So 3 attack on telekinesis. You can move a villain to an adjacent city space. I'm going to swap Shriek with herself. So I'm going to put the one with the bystander on the rooftops, because I might want to fight her with Jean Grey's other card later, even though I just moved her closer to escaping. We've got Borrowed Blaster. The first time you play an artifact is each turn, including this one, you get +1 attack. So we'll get the 1 attack, and we're going to go ahead and put it hanging out over here. Borrowed Blaster right there. That's fine. Next, we have Blazing Hellfire for 2 more attack. I won't KO. We'll do the Infernal Chains. We'll draw a card. And it's going to be Mutants Will Rule. By the way, I'd never read this effect. The strength effect, which I could activate, is choose a player. That player reveals a Brotherhood ally or gains a Bindings. If a Bindings is gained this way, you get +1 recruit. So what I could do with myself, I could gain my own Bindings to get 1 recruit, which is totally not worth it. So I'm going to dodge this and see what I get. Discard to draw something else, and it's an agent. That's cool. So I'll play Zabu right now to KO. Alright, I'm going to leave Kylah around. I'll be nice, even though this setup is all his fault. I'll KO this other agent. And I'll play you for 1 recruit that won't do anything. Do I fight Shriek to get Warlock? I'm nervous about it. But my deck is pretty full, and there's a lot of grays still in here, so I'm going to take that chance. We'll fight her for 6. Top card is... Oh no, I lost the Blazing Hellfire. It's okay, I still have plenty. At least nobody gets a wound this way. So get Shriek out of there, and I gain Warlock as a hero, which means I think I want some of those Tech Star-Lords. Blazing Hellfire is a common, though, so... There will be more. I already have a bunch. Turn 14 is another twist. We're going to play more Blackjack. Here we go. For my turn, Ghost Rider's rare. 8. I guess I'm glad that's getting tucked at the bottom. 8, 11, 14, exactly 21 with 2 rares. That's wild. Yep, that's 21. That's the craziest way to get 21 with this scheme. I would have loved to get Seek the Center, but I'm not complaining. 21 with 2 rares. Let's see what the Mastermind does. 6, 10, 13, 16, 21. You had to say something, Rio. Mastermind got exactly 21 as well. So what happens? If no one busts and you win, the wager total is higher. If the Master is equal, higher they win. So Mastermind wins. Yeah. I couldn't have done that better, and I still lost. Thanks a lot for that. So the Mastermind has won. That is a wagered soul. I could have gained Chad to the weak point, but no. Okay, who's he taking? You can have a Magnetic Levitation. Enjoy that. 3 wagered souls. I did my best, and it still wasn't enough. Okay, now we gotta tuck a hero. We're gonna lose Find Fatal Flaw to the bottom. And there's Magneto's rare, which is also not great. Let's see what I can do. So I'm gonna start. I have to dodge to draw a card, so let's go ahead and dodge Magnetic Levitation. It's so hard to say. Magnetic Levitation. And I dodge for a shield agent. Now I'm going to play weapons from scrap metal. 3 attack. If I discarded any cards this turn, I get to draw a card, which I will. And it is don't need that stuff. You may discard an artifact you control to get +1 attack. I will do that. Well, actually, do I need to do that? I'm not close to 15 attack. Let me see. That'll be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nah, I wouldn't be close, so I'm not going to discard it. I want to keep it out there. We'll play Blazing Hellfire without the KO. And then I did trigger Thor Core, so that's going to be, yep, 3 recruit for each one. So 3 recruit for the first one because of the strength and ranged. Second one's going to be 3 more, but 6, 7, 8. So I can actually take Magneto's rare. Check this one out. Master of Magnetism. Does it live up to that name? 4 attack plus, and then for a Brotherhood trigger, for each other Brotherhood ally you played this turn, choose a player to gain a Bindings, and you get +2 attack for each Bindings gained this turn. So it's a max 6 attack, and to do that I have to gain my own Bindings. And that's why it's awful. But it does have 4 attack on it. Shadow the Weak Point has, gives you +1 attack for each villain in your victory pile from a specific group. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the rare Magneto is still better right now. So I'll pick it up for 7. Oh, okay. And I'm so disillusioned right now. We're just gonna hit Shriek and see what happens. All right, 2 attack, feast on this. It's a Ghost Rider. I don't really care. So no wounds for me. Now I got more for Ghost Rider to destroy. I'm down to 3 out of 4 wagered souls. That last one really hurt because I felt like I had him there. All right, turn 15 is another Scheme Twist. More Blackjack. If I lose this one, that is the game. All right. 2, 7, 11, 15, 20. Stopping there. There's no cards that cost 1. So I'm stopping there. That's the best I'm going to get. Mastermind. 5, 10, 18. And they stop. So I've won this one. That's good. Alright, so I may gain one of the revealed heroes that cost 6 or less. If I want to trigger Warlock, I need the helmet, but also I've got Shatter the Weak Point here, which is actually very strong right now. I survived. So I'm going to take Karnak, Shatter the Weak Point. The rest go back. What a tense scheme this is. And then we're going to tuck something else. We are going to... I'm in attack mode, so I'll take Find Fatal Flaw out of here. Although, the one recruited effect I should probably have out if I need that 2 more recruit. So I'll get rid of Mutants Will Rule and put in Throw Over the Railing. Okay, what's left? What's left for me? Scraps. I'm going to dodge Magneto and get Thor Core. Funny joke. Yeah, people did not like it during the tournament because they felt it was too random for competitive play, but otherwise I do like it. So all I get is 1, 2, 3 attack that's going nowhere, and 1, 2, 3, 4 recruit. I don't want any of you, so that I can't get. Actually, I'll take Magnetic Levitation again. It won't get in the way. Definitely more because it gives you some agency, right? Alright, my concussion is sticking around. I like how concussion is a enraging wound. I certainly wouldn't be functioning well enough to generate 2 attack if I had a concussion, just telling you that much. But maybe it's Magneto when he has his helmet, so we're good. Turn 16, what's in store? Oh, another twist! Alright, what are the odds I survive 2 in a row? Not great, I'll tell you that much. 2, 4, 7, 11, 13, 16, 18. What do? I feel like I have to let it go, because if I bust, that's it. That's the game. And they stop at 17. But they could easily get over that. Yeah. I'm going to stop at 18. There's a lot of 3 and 2s I've already taken. Alright. Let's see what the Mastermind gets. So let's see if I would have busted. That would have given me exactly 21. Darn. Well, let's see if I made a horrible mistake. 3, 6, 11, 16, 20. Oh, that's my 4th wagered soul, so that's going to be it. The Grandmaster has won without lifting a single finger. Didn't do anything. That is it. What if I had taken Ghost Rider in 121? Mastermind would have gotten 3, 13, 17, and would have stopped there. Yep. I would have survived if I chose. But I chose poorly, and that's the way it goes. Well, RIP to me. Grandmaster didn't do a thing. So it looks like I didn't win that one, but that was a fun setup. Thank you, Kylah, for that. It was not a win. So there's some points that go out. Wow. I felt like I was actually building towards something, but boy, was it going to take a while. I did take what I felt was the best cards out of this hero deck, but if I played maybe 5 more times, I could probably maybe win 1 attempt, maybe 2. But this is rough. But yeah, give it a shot if you want. The setup is in the description in the picture from earlier. All right, I have 1 more game to play. It's a very rough hero deck. I have 1 more game to play, but again, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching, and check out the playlist for the rest. And see you later.